From the drop zone to the boxing arena, 3 para are making their mark in the USA. But who will have the bragging rights at the International Paratroopers Brawl? We're about to find out.
Can't get the special pouring out of my head. Can't get the special pouring out of my head.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first bout of the evening.
Our first fight of the night will be a light welterweight matchup. It will consist of a minimum of 3 times 3 minutes rounds. Fighting out of the blue corner, standing at 5 feet and 9 inches tall, weighing 143 pounds and representing the 3rd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment, Lance Corporal Tyler Johnson.
Fighting out of the red corner, standing at 5 feet and 9 inches tall, weighing in at 143 pounds and representing the 82nd Airborne Division, Senior Airman Antonio Levette.
So the boxers are in position. It's Antonio Levette for the American team. Apologies for the change of name, but Senior Airman Antonio Levette. He's aged 25. He's from Honolulu in Hawaii. He's been boxing for 5 years. He's won 10, lost 8. He says he's excited and honoured to be in this contest here this evening. His favourite boxer, Julio Cesar Chavez. So that's interesting as well. Also interesting, as you may have noticed if you're a keen boxing fan, is that the boxers are wearing head guards here tonight. That's not the way things are going across the world now, but the US Army still waiting to process that, and ultimately will it change, do you think? Will they dispense with the head guards?
I'm not sure if they're going to in the competition bouts themselves after the intermission.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens.
Touch gloves, back to your corners.
So Gavin Kirk, the referee, gets us underway here. It's very difficult to hear ourselves speak. And in the blue corner, then it's Tyler Johnson for the 3 para team, and against him, Antonio Levette for the American side for 82nd Airborne. He's, of course, an airman in from Honolulu, and a Johnson on the back foot, waiting for Levette to come forward, throws that right hand punch, and they get into a clinch. Back into the centre of the ring.
It's good from Tyler there, just boxing and moving, hit and move. That's what he's got to do in this fight. He's got someone in front of him who's short, and he's got longer range, so he needs to just hit him and move. As he steps in, just throw his shots and get out of there.
Yeah,
and that's the way to win this fight.
And pick him off as he comes in, yeah?
So as soon as the guy red walks in, he's just got to hit him with a straight shot and move off, just like he did there.
Good shot there.
Just like he did there. And now he's just got to use his feet and get out again.
Yeah. So Tyler Johnson in the blue headguard, and now up comes the attack from the home band. Towards him. Again, the left jab from Johnson. Levette throws the overhand right. Fantastic atmosphere, and can only get the adrenaline coursing through the veins of both boxers, but the danger of getting carried away maybe with this atmosphere.
Yeah, I just about caught what you said there with this noise, but yeah, I totally agree. I mean, the noise in here is insane, and it will be tough in there.
Johnson.
I'd be surprised if any of these two were fought in front of crowds like this, especially there's not many that make as much noise as we do, especially when it comes to boxing. So,
well, it's certainly the case at the moment, and there's Levette aiming at an attack with left and right, just fall a little bit short maybe. Johnson an elusive target. Johnson then just on the back foot, throwing out the jab. Connects with a left jab and follows up with the right hand. Close in action there, and Johnson steps in. And there's the bell. Frankly, I didn't hear the bell. Johnson, frankly, it was very hard to hear the bell, but Tyler Johnson there not sitting on a stool. Do you go along with that, or does it really matter?
It doesn't really matter. It's personal preference, you know. I like to sit down, but Tyler obviously doesn't want to. You know, each their own. It makes no difference to.
His style is to keep moving, so maybe it just keeps the legs flexing and.
Yeah, maybe, you know, just whatever you prefer. I mean, we don't sit down in the gym, so...
No, that's true.
Used to catching his breath out standing up all the time, so...
That's very true. So, we think the bell will go in a minute to start the round, but we won't hear it. So we're underway again then, here in Fort Bragg. And referee just breaks the two of them. Levette goes forward looking to put him under pressure once more.
This seems to be feeling a little bit short at the minute. Tyler's using his legs to evade the shots, as he did there again, and just spinning and punching. That's what he needs to do. And then step back and punch, exactly.
So Levette doesn't want to be trapped in the corner there, but equally Johnson doesn't want to stay too far in range, so
he wants to keep using his legs and not get caught outside there.
Well, with the amount of training that the guys are doing, he's surely got the stamina to make it.
The way we train it shouldn't be a drama coming into the last round. We train hard and we're very fit, so I should imagine that in that last round that he'll have enough to keep fighting until the end. I'm sure this crowd will get him through it anyway.
Exchanging lights there, and the American fans getting on their feet, but Johnson staying calm and beginning to trade a little bit
he needs to get back on his boxing.
Maybe not getting a bit carried away with the atmosphere. And Levette enjoying his best part of the fight, but Johnson now getting back on his heels and getting out of the way. He just needs to pick him off, pick his shots, not get in a brawl.
Just keep moving his feet.
So Harry alongside me trying to shout some instructions, but I don't think he's got a hope in hell of being heard out there.
Yeah, but I'm going to be heard, but I'll keep trying.
And now Levette just goes to the body there, trying to tuck one into the ribs. Johnson, though, comes back with some more shots and then ducks back out of the way and lands again. Levette, though, is putting in a fierce effort here. Johnson again just pushes him back with his shoulder and gets a ticking off from the referee for that. Another jab into the face from Johnson, just bobbing and weaving, as they say, and moving nicely into the centre of the ring again. Levette only knows how to come forward. He's won 10, lost 8 of his contests. He's been boxing for 5 years, so he's no novice in the sense of the word. And there's the bell somewhere. How they heard it, I'm not sure, to end the round. But Sean McCracken alongside me, some encouragement for your boy in that round.
Oh yeah, the noise in here is intense. I mean, I can't even hear the bell ring, and I can barely hear you. But he's a little shorter. It looks like he might have a little bit more power, but Johnson definitely has the reach, and he's dancing around pretty good.
Yeah, he certainly is. And the atmosphere, we told you before it was going to be big, but is it bigger than you imagined?
Yeah, it's a lot louder in here than I imagined it would be, but and I expect it to continue throughout the night too. So these paratroopers, both sides, are both motivated for their teams, and they're here to support them.
Yeah, and I think if your guys were maybe a little bit shy about making a noise, they won't be now, will they?
No, not at all.
No, it's a great atmosphere. I hope it's coming back to you at home, wherever you're watching, on Forces TV, around the globe. And here we go for the third and final round of the first contest of the evening between Antonio Levette of the USA and Tyler Johnson, Lance Corporal Tyler Johnson in the blue headguard for 3 para. Johnson starts brightly again, gets a couple of shots away. Now getting the jab and move.
That's all he's got to do, just keep moving, punch and move.
Turn the shoulder a little bit there, but...
yeah, it's not a tickling competition, so you get away with what you can.
Yeah. So, in the centre of the ring, Johnson again flashing out the jab, almost challenging his opponent to try something, but again, Johnson very ring-wise by the look of it.
Yeah, that's all he's got to do, just be evasive, don't get hit.
Nice little 1-2 from Johnson again, but still Levette, give him credit, pushing forward. Looking right from Johnson lands as Levette comes in. Furious action into the final 2 minutes of the round.
Tyler's just got to dig in now, just keep moving his legs, and keep punching.
So, body shots coming in from the American, looking to slow him down a little bit. It's been a game effort by Levette, it must be said. And then Johnson clips him with a right hand there. And another jab comes in from Johnson, who turns out of the way. Levette tries to throw a right, but falls short.
So he's just got to bite down his gum shot and just keep out. He's got to dig it out. Just don't give up. So just dig in.
If you can see the pictures rocking, that's because literally the hall is rocking here with the crowd enjoying it. Levette trying to put in a surge in the final 60 seconds or so of the round of the bout. Johnson's holding on for a moment, taking a bit of a breather, and then lands a really nice left jab twice into the face of Levette. Johnson again just pushes him away. Maintains the distance between them. Levette comes forward trying to close it down again, but Johnson comes inside and tries to punish him with a right hand. The left jab of Johnson has been particularly effective, and that right hook as well, and that's another good right landing from the British boxer, who's putting on the style in the last 25 seconds or so. Is there a big...
He's got to dig in now, last 10.
Is there a big finish from the American?
There will be a big finish from Jono.
So Johnson then has it in his power perhaps. What a great effort by both boxers, and then Johnson, the big finish coming up now. Captain on the right, and there's the bell to end it. What a fantastic contest. And a standing ovation. Well, that was something, wasn't it? And that wasn't even one of the bouts that's going to count towards the cup. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I might be a bit biased, but I think we did nick that. I definitely did the first of the last round to the blue corner, which is free power. I'd say that they probably nicked the second, but I definitely feel we won 2 out of that 3, so the decision should go towards free power.
It will be very interesting to see. Have you got any thoughts, Sean? Or?
I couldn't judge it. I mean, they look pretty equal. I think 3-para definitely took the last round there towards at least the last 45 seconds. Levette was definitely gassed. He was really tired.
He certainly was, but fantastic effort from both boxers. Duly rewarded by the standing ovation from both sets of supporters. And there he is, he's looking quite happy, but then boxers always do this, try and big themselves up. But getting a worthy ovation from his own supporters. And we just wait for the judges' scorecards to be handed in. Handed over by the supervisor, Clarence Flemings. And the RSM will announce the result in just a moment, if he can hear it from the referee. He's just whispered in his ear. Here we go.
By a unanimous decision, blue.
We have the next boxers coming into the ring now, and from 3 para, Matthew Sheridan.
Weighing in at 152 pounds and representing the 82nd Airborne Division, Senior Airman Cameron Dungi.
I'm just trying to stay alive and take care of my people. What's the move? Can I tell the truth? If I was doing this for you, then I have nothing left to prove. Nah, this for me though. I'm just trying to stay alive and take care of my people.
So the 2 boxers in the ring and waiting for the second contest of the evening. And we have Private Matthew Sheridan. Harry, obviously you know a lot about him. Just give us the lowdown on Matthew.
Yeah, he's relatively new to the sport. He's not had, I don't actually know his battle record, but I know he's not had too many. He's what we call a novice boxer in England.
He's won one, lost one, I'm told.
So yeah, he's what we call a novice, but he works hard and he's one of the fittest guys in the team. And on the track, he's always up there in the top 2 or 3. Yeah, his cardio is pretty good, so I expect him to not stop throwing punches in this fight. Yeah.
He's 24, he's 5'11", he comes from Bracknell, so hello to anyone from Bracknell. He's been in 3 para for 2 years now, and he's looking to take on this opponent here, who is Cameron Dungi. He's an airman, we told him, senior airman from the Hill Air Force Base in Utah. We'll find out more about him as we progress, but we're all ready now for bout number 2. Referee for this one is Al Smith. So 3 2-minute rounds here for this novice contest. 3 2-minute rounds and straight into the action in the centre of the ring. So 3 paras, Matthew Sheridan.
You can see straight away. You'd have to excuse me, but I'll call him Shezza, and that's the nickname
fine.
We've got for him. So it comes naturally, but yeah, he's really putting the pressure on all fight, and I can see this guy already can box him a little bit, but hopefully Shezza can just wear him down and get to him. He likes to work the body as well, so if he can keep punching that body, then he can get to him.
Well, Dungi but he says it's an honour to be boxing here, but he's under a lot of pressure straight away. Is Cameron Dungi?
You've got here, like I said, you've got a boxer in red against a bit of a come-forward, aggressive fighter, so he's got to out-fight him, and red's got to out-box him. It's as simple as that. It's whoever man does what they want to do.
So Dungi with a bit of success there that gets his fans excited. He's formerly a Taekwondo player, so he knows how to look after himself, obviously, as all these paras do. Although he's an airman, of course, senior airman.
Yeah, you can see he's got good feet. He likes to use his legs, just punches and it's a big ring. This ring is a lot bigger than we're used to training in. And we've been training it for a few weeks now while we've been here, but generally back home we don't get them as big as this.
No, it's an Olympic-sized ring. I think just about as big as you're allowed. So yeah, you have to be fit in this, don't you?
I don't think it's far for an Olympic-sized ring. Shezza, as you can see here, would rather do it in a phone box. So this big ring is a bit big for him, really. But you just deal with whatever's in front of you.
And I don't know about you, Sean, but I haven't heard a bell ring yet this evening. But,
no. Definitely not. I did get clarification on the headgear, though. So the U.S. Boxing Commission is actually sanctioned, or the NC North Carolina Boxing Commission is here, and they're some of the refs here. It's their rules that they have to wear headgear because they are novice and open class boxers.
Okay, well, thank you for that explanation. So, if you are just joining us back home, these are the undercard fights, the special fights, and after the interval, after the fourth bout, we then get into the 5 scoring bouts, which will decide the destination of the Sicily Cup. And the trophy, which is on the side of the ring, is really glorious. We're also looking for the best boxer, the most gallant boxer, and the best bout of the night as well. So some prizes to be had, but really it's the glory of being up there and actually winning, isn't it, on an occasion like this?
Yeah, of course it is. To box and win in front of this crowd would be probably once in a lifetime for a lot of us. So
here we go then. Round number 2. Matt Sheridan for 3 para against Senior Airman Cameron Dungi for the US. Here at Fort Bragg, live on Forces Sport. We hope you're enjoying it. Certainly the atmosphere here is as good as anything I've encountered in big boxing nights, including in Vegas. And now there's some good action for them to shout at, because Dungi had a little bit of success. Sheridan, though, trying to tag him with a right hand. Dungi throwing out the jab now, trying to size him up. A little bit more cagey just for the moment at the start of this second round.
Yeah, he's just getting caught as he's coming out in a minute, Sheza. He needs to just close the gap a little bit quicker. Just throw a double jab, work his way in, and then let his punches go, and not be on the outside too much. So then he's just getting caught coming in. A good left hook there. He needs to follow it up with another 2 or 3 punches after.
So clearly Cameron Dungi is a thinking fighter. He's worked this out, or his corner have. And now Sheridan goes in there with a good jab and then gets out of the range again. Goes downstairs with a jab this time.
There we go, that's what he needs to do. Get that pressure, keep punching.
And it is a bit of a sprint, this 3 2-minute round, so you have to impress when you can. Dungi doing quite well, I think.
Yeah, he's just looking to catch him again, like I said, as he walks in.
He knows that Sheridan's going to come in, and he's just waiting to land that right.
Good jab there from Sheridan.
Dungi again looking if he's going to load up. Sheridan rather bundles into him there. And the last 10 seconds of the round. And there we are.
There we go. There we go. It's our last 10s.
Amazing. We'll let the crowd die down a little bit, but it is uncanny, isn't it? Up there, is it mentally in your head that he knows 10 seconds yet?
I mean, I don't know if he knew in his head that was last 10, but you do work out of a bit of a clock in your head once you spend so much time in the gym doing rounds, and then eventually something will just click and you'll be like last 10, or it could be last 20. And then, yeah, like I said, there, last 10s, and he didn't stop throwing punches until the bell for a...
What do you imagine he's being told in the corner at the moment?
If I was doing his corner, I'd tell him to keep working the jab. When he throws that jab, he seems to be picking his head up. Yeah, and keep the pressure on like he was there. Yeah,
good action, or good right hand he landed there, didn't he?
Yeah, that's it. And just try and be a little bit more clever and not get caught on the way in.
So 2 minutes to go to see who wins bout number 2. Anybody's guess again. Sheridan started well, but Dungi showed some good skill in that second round. And certainly Sheridan can't afford to be complacent. I'm sure he won't be. Dungi trying to trade again as Sheridan comes in, and some good success there. Gets the Americans on their feet. It all gets a little untidy. Referee Al Smith keeping a close eye on this one. Sheridan again looking to launch another assault.
There we go. That's what he needs to do. Just keep throwing those hands.
Dungi just stands back for a moment to think again what he's going to do. Sheridan got the advantage at the moment. Pushed his man back. Dungi, though, maybe just gathering himself for a final assault as we come towards the final minute of the contest. A good left jab out there from Dungi again, and they start to trade right in front of us.
He needs to just step back and keep punching, step back.
So Sheridan putting in an almighty effort. But fantastic backing, as you can hear. Dungi's lost the offensive now, hasn't he?
50-50, they both got caught there, both got caught with good shots at the same time.
But Sheridan has the momentum going forward at the moment that Dungi was trying to get in the earlier rounds, but it's Sheridan now dictating the pace. Great action. Left hand from... And again, Sheridan.
It's going to work now. It's coming into the last 10. Here we go.
And there's the bell. Just about heard it. And again, standing ovation from all around as the crowd salute the boxers. And Sean, I know that boxing is not as big on Fort Bragg as it used to be because you've gone the MMA way, and I understand why, but do you think this is getting the juices running for people tonight?
Oh yeah, it's definitely getting the juices running. I'm actually impressed that they are doing as well as they did, and it's actually going all 3 rounds. I thought we'd have definitely had somebody knocked out by now, and it wasn't actually going to go to distance, but we'll see with the next few fights.
Yeah, well, Senior Airman Cameron Dungi certainly did the US proud in that one. And it now goes to the judges' scorecards. Remember, 3 judges round the ring. It's 10-9 the scoring. And then the belt will be presented to the winner. So the referee, Al Smith, has just collected the scorecards and he's now handed them to the supervisor. The supervisor being Clarence Flemings, you just saw there briefly. And he'll be totalling it up. And we'll be finding out the winner in just a moment. Will it be Matthew Sheridan with a second win for 3 para? So Al Smith has the details. And we're shortly going to hear from Captain Doug Ray with the result.
And your winner by split decision, 2-1, Red.
So Cameron Dungi gets the split decision. I'll go to the American side first. You must be well pleased with that, Sean.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm pleased with both fighters. That was a great bout, and both of them were equally sized. I think Dungi he probably has a lot more experience, as you stated, in boxing. But granted, he is in the Air Force. However, I mean, they do fly the planes that we jump out of, so they're still part of our division.
Very nice. Let's have a look back at some of the highlights of that, and I'm sure Harry will have his views of this. You've obviously gutted for your mate.
Yeah, no, he'll be gutted. But to be honest, I think the guy was a bit of a better boxer than he was. I think he's had a bit more experience. But as you can see, it was a pretty close fight, and for our fitness and determination and that the British paratroopers have, he made it a pretty even fight, and if he could have maybe just done a few things slightly better, I definitely would have given him the fight. So yeah,
a little bit more quality required from him.
Yeah,
maybe
just got caught a little bit coming on the way in, but I mean, I still believe it could have gone over well. I don't think anyone would have complained if the split decision had gone our way. It's the same as it went their way, but yeah, if he could have just maybe got caught a little bit less on the way in, but that just down to experience.
like I was talking about earlier, how we were actually having difficulty finding the proper weight classes with actual trained boxers instead of our random paratroopers just wanted to jump in the ring. Over the past few years, mixed martial arts is kind of the younger generation sports here. So we have a combatives team here, and they train a lot, and we put all of our paratroopers through combatives level 1 and 2. So finding actual experienced boxers to come to this match was actually proven pretty difficult.
Well, you've done a good job of it so far, and I'm sure the standard will be just as high as we continue.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Let's hope. Well, we've got 2 more bouts to go before we get to the break, and time, I think, to see who's coming into the ring next.
I can't get the special pouring out of my head. Can't get the special pouring out of my head.
So coming up next is the man that Harry here has tipped as the potential star of the night, certainly the most experienced boxer, Private Tom Barry.
Yeah, there's Tom Barry now. Yeah, southpaw. I mean, I spar with him a lot. He's a similar weight to me, and he gives me nightmares. He's a clever southpaw. He knows how to use it. For those that don't know back home, southpaw. Right-hand lead, so yeah, it's slightly different. There's not as many orthodox fighters, which is left-hand leaders. There's less southpaws than our orthodoxes, so it just tends to be a little bit more awkward, especially someone who knows what they're doing like Tom does. So, and yeah, he's had 50-odd fights and he hasn't lost very many at all. So,
well, he's on his way to the ring now. We'll see him any moment.
Standing at 5 feet and 11 inches tall, weighing in at 165 pounds and representing the 82nd Airborne Division, Corporal Kamal James.
Corporal Kamal James is from Fort Lauderdale in Florida. He's been boxing for just over a year, and he says he's a counter-puncher, and his favourite boxer is Roy Jones Jr., and he says this is an amazing opportunity, which, Sean, I'm sure you'd agree with it is for anybody to get out there and show their skills.
Oh yeah, especially in front of this crowd. The other piece too, so just like the previous match where our guy had a lot more experience, looks like the roles are reversed here with Private Barry looking like he's 33-9, and Corporal James is 3-5, so should be interesting. Another thing to note, I mean, both of these guys are getting up there in age, with Corporal James being 33 years old and Private Barry being 29.
Yeah, well, Private Barry is a very successful boxer. He's won 2 combined services titles. I think he's the reigning middleweight champion at the moment, isn't he? And
yeah, he was going to be in the ABAs this year, but the timings didn't quite. Or actually this weekend, and he had to box last weekend in the pre-quarter to get through to the quarterfinals, I believe. So he decided that he wanted to box in front of the battalion.
Yeah.
And obviously boxing on a night like this, it's very rare. So
originally from County Cork in Ireland, Tom Barry. So 4 Army titles to his name. Can he land this one boxing here at Fort Bragg in North Carolina? 3 3-minute rounds. Barry, the southpaw, as we said.
Yeah, what you see is they're both counter punchers. So it could be a bit sort of, they're both trying to figure it out, who's going to be the aggressor, who's going to...
Good right hand from Barry.
It won't take long, and Barry will work him out. There we go, it's down to right, there we go.
Very fluent mover.
Yeah, he's got great feet. He knows how to be a good southpaw. Keep moving off. You'll see he keeps moving off to his right-hand side. He keeps spinning. Yeah, keep going. And Red walking to his right. There we go. So we'll do, keep slipping off. There we go.
Certainly giving Kamal James plenty to think about is Private Tom Barry. James coming back with a little lunge there. And there's a solid left hand, two solid left hands from Barry get through the guard of James. And then goes downstairs with one, but James comes back.
Caught Barry with a good shot.
Yeah. And another left.
He's got a good chin, Barry. He boxed at 81 kilos last year, so then he got to the semi-finals of World Wars at 81 kilograms. Obviously tonight it's at 75 kilograms, but he can take a punch at 81 kilograms. I shouldn't expect him to have too many dramas at 75. And I don't think he really has any dramas making the weight either, so it should be, yeah, he's definitely got a bit of a solid chin at this weight as well. Yeah,
he certainly seemed very calm when I spoke to him briefly this morning at the weigh-in. Obviously seen it all, done it, knows exactly what to do on fight night, doesn't he? Yeah,
I mean, he's had 50 fights, so yeah, it becomes second nature. Didn't know, she needs to deal with it. You know, to get that real boxer. This isn't what Tom's doing, he's just a relaxed boxer. And he's boxing, trying to be clever and not get hit like that, in and out, just throw punches and use his legs and get out.
Again, he's another fan of Sugar Ray Leonard is Tom Barry. He's got some of the fluent movement that gentleman had. And now just standing off a little bit. There's a bit of a gap between the two of them as they're picking their punches.
Yeah, Barry's just trying to draw him in. That's all he's trying to get a minute. Take a step off, trying to make this guy lead off. Like I said, they're both counter punchers, so he's trying to make this guard be the aggressor to take him out of his comfort zone, and Barry will just counter punch him on the way in.
And there's the bell to end that first round. A little bit of cat and mouse between the two, but there's Private Barry stood in the corner. The US fans, you can see the far side, I'm sure, really enjoying this contest. They probably don't quite know what's hit them yet, seeing the reaction from the three para boys, but Kamal James, 33, Fort Lauderdale he's from. He played college basketball, he tells me, and may try out for the Army basketball team, Sean, he said.
Yeah, so I stated earlier, we have the WCAP program. It's the world-class athlete program. So we have all of our teams that will take our best across the Army, and if they make it and they do very well, they can also compete for the Olympic team.
Okay, so he's more likely to get in the Olympics as a basketball player than a boxer, is he?
Well, he might need a little more experience as a boxer before he gets up to that level.
Yeah, maybe leave that another 5 years. Yeah, go to Rio in the basketball, perhaps. Okay, here we go then. Round number 2. 3 3-minute rounds between these two. Tom Barry for 3 para in the blue head guard, and Kamal James for the US in the red. And Barry the southpaw again. This time, though, James does look as if he wants to be the aggressor in the early stages.
Yeah, he's just making it a little bit awkward for Barry. You know, you see how jerky he is. He must be just a little bit hard to read at the minute. He's quite jerky. With his style, it's quite touchy, so it's probably quite hard to tell where them punches are coming from. But Barry's finding his range again here. Just planting his feet, finding shots and getting straight out before the counter.
Again, good work with the right hand from Barry there, particularly. Just sizing him up, and then goes downstairs. Good response though from James.
Yeah, he's just putting the pressure on now. If he does that, the fight will be as comfortably. Just making it a little bit more difficult for himself than he...
So the right jab from Barry, then throws the long left to the body. Clips him round the side of the head. And again, the right hand getting some success there. Oh, and throws a left which tagged him, but didn't quite land with full power.
Yeah, he's just picking him off now.
Literally just picking the shots and just jabbing to the face, then going downstairs to the body. Gets in a couple of shots to through the guard there of the American boxer, and again, they're beginning to dominate in this latter stages of the round. With the right hand there. But getting told off by referee Mick Harrison for slapping.
I expect we'll see a count in a minute, the amount of solid rear rounds he's taken.
Yeah.
If Barry could just hit him maybe with a right hook straight after that rear left, you might see the referee sort of come in and give him a count.
So
he's taking a few shots flush now.
Yeah, the left hand causing a lot of damage at the moment, and James just backed up on the ring, backed up on the ropes. Barry lets him come out back into the centre of the ring just to, if not take a breather, just to change the angle of attack, but now pressuring him once again. Throws that big right, lands short.
Just needs to step it up a little bit and give the guy less rest, and I think he could potentially force a stoppage here.
Inside the last 10 seconds. And there is the bell. I didn't hear it. The biggest clue was the on-screen clock, but again, great atmosphere. And I think, Sean, your fear maybe that your guy not as experienced, perhaps coming to the fore in that round.
Oh yeah, and I mean, experience is going to win this fight. You can tell with Private Barry, he has ring awareness. He knows where he is in the ring at all times. When Corporal James keeps backing up into the ropes and backing himself into a corner.
Certainly did, but he's doing well to still be in there against Tom Barry. As I said, he's won 4 Army titles. When he's not boxing, he likes to play golf, he tells me.
He hasn't told me that before, so...
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's not very good, that's why.
He might get a bit of stick from the lads. Yeah, that's the first I've heard of that.
So he didn't bring his clubs to Fort Bragg then,
That must just be his hobby for the cameras.
Okay, right, well... We find out lots of truths on this programme live here from Fort Bragg in North Carolina. We hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching via Forces TV. Alongside me, Master Sergeant Sean McCracken for the 82nd Airborne, and Private Harry Bambridge from 3 Para, helping us talk our way through this exciting evening of boxing. And Private Barry now looking to really put this contest to bed, so to speak.
Yeah, I'd like to see him step it up a gear, and I think he could potentially force a stoppage. And the guy's having the best at the start of the round, but I think he's going to find his range again in a minute. Here we go, and then I'd like to see him step it up, really plant his feet and start digging the shots in.
So can Tom Barry do that? He's trying his hardest, flashing out the right jab, then the left to the body, and the right over the guard. All lands, being greeted with cheers every punch that lands now from the 3 Para supporters.
There we go. Just keep those shots coming, and I think the referee might give him a count. But
putting through some good combinations. It's Mick Harrison who's the referee. He'll obviously give James as much of a chance as he possibly can.
There we go again. He can just follow it up straight after.
I wouldn't say he's toying with him, but he's certainly getting shots in quite comfortably, but again getting warned for not punching with the correct part of the glove.
Yeah, I think he's just penalising for holding his glove into his face. Yeah, especially to sort of just punch it for get the glove back to your face.
Yeah.
But like you say, this is a boxing, so you get away with what you can.
So, just over a minute to go, and Private Tom Barry looking to make it support coming from the troops behind us. Barry again on the offensive in that neutral corner.
Yeah, as the Brits were saying it, I mean, it seems to be quiet.
Diving in with the right hand.
The Brits behind me are pretty loud right now.
So, great performance by Tom Barry. In the end, the referee decided enough was enough. But absolutely no disgrace at all for Kamal James. He did well to stay in there for as long as he did.
Oh yeah, I was surprised he lasted this long. He was taking a lot of shots there to the end, to the head, and it's good on the ref for stopping that one.
It certainly is. Kamal James, really pleasant guy to talk to. We chatted to him yesterday, and he'll come again, won't he?
Oh yeah. If he's 33 years old now and he's only, this is his 9th fight, I have a feeling he has a passion for this and he's going to continue to try and get better.
I hope he does. I really do hope he does. So it's going to be Tom Barry who's going to take the belt, and he couldn't really have done it in much more emphatic fashion.
Yeah, it was a good performance. I know he's quite tough on himself, so I think he would have liked to have maybe have got a stoppage, but you know, he got the win. So it was a pretty convincing win as well, and yeah, he's got himself a little new belt that he can wear downtown or whatever he wants to do with it.
he'll be going out with that tonight, will he?
Yeah.
With champion on it, yeah?
He'll be wearing that round Colchester, I reckon, in a few weeks.
Well, let's get the official announcement.
By a unanimous decision, blue.
So, Private Tom Barry makes it 2-1 on the night so far for 3 para. Just to clarify that the scoring match will come after the interval, which will be after the next bout. So there are 5 scoring fights in the contest between 82nd Airborne and 3 para for the Sicily Trophy. And there we are, Tom Barry getting his belt.
It will consist of 4 2-minute rounds. Fighting out of the blue corner, standing at 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighing 109 pounds, from Winchester, New York, representing Champs New Jersey Gym and the 2015 New York Golden Gloves Natalie Gonzalez.
Fighting out of the red corner, standing at 5 feet and 1 inch tall, weighing in at 109 pounds, the #1 ranked woman in the United States, from Fort Carson, Colorado, Specialist Alexandra Love.
So a little bit about these two. Alex Love has been boxing for 6 years. She has a record of 55 wins and 10 losses. She describes herself as a brawler and an aggressive boxer. Her favourite boxers, Lucia Rijker and Manny Pacquiao. Lucia Rijker, of course, the Dutch girl who won various world championships at world level. So she's was one of the best in the sport. I dare say now that Alexandra Love is. Natalie Gonzalez from New Rochelle, New York, boxing for 8 years. She also describes herself as aggressive. So that maybe means it's going to be a bit of a tear-up.
Well, we can hope so. I mean, I'm not a big fan of women's boxing myself, but maybe this will change my opinion. We'll see.
Well, let's hope so. I have a cynic on my right and a supporter on my left, so we will see. I'm a bit of a fan of women's boxing. Jane Couch from Great Britain, know her pretty well. She was a world champion. So let's see if we've got world championship potential here, or at least Olympic potential as we go. 4 2-minute rounds between Alex Love and Natalie Gonzalez. Gonzalez in the blue and Love in the red. Certainly a fast start in terms of foot action there, sizing one another up immediately. And it's Love who's trying to be more of the aggressor, trying to get inside and rough Gonzalez up. Gonzalez, though, replies with a jab and lunges forward herself.
Yeah, you can see Red naturally straight away. She looks to be on top of the minute. She's got better feet, faster hands, and she's also got better head.
She's a real pressure fighter, isn't she, by the look of it, Love? From Monroe, Washington. And she says this is a great opportunity to showcase women's boxing, to show people like yourself what they can really do. So
we'll see.
There's a good left hand that just caught Gonzalez. That's got the crowd excited. Another decent attack from Alexandra Love. She's an intelligence analyst in her day job. And at the moment, Love just intent on landing as much level as she can, and she's got Gonzalez in trouble in the ropes there, but Gonzalez does well to turn out of danger. Yes, so these two boxed in the national finals, I think last year, possibly the year before, and it was Love who won. But so this is a bit of a rematch and not a grudge match as such, but chance for some revenge. But at the moment, you can see why Love in the red vest actually took it that time.
Yeah, she looks to have the upper hand at the minute. She's very punches at long range, and when she's up tight, she lets her hands go as well, and she lets them down punches. So yeah, Blue needs to step it up if she wants to win this fight, because that was a comfortable round for Red there.
Yeah. Fair play, though, to Natalie Gonzalez, Sean, for the only civilian getting into the ring here tonight. That's quite something, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm surprised we actually brought them both in to do this. Obviously, we couldn't find another female boxer that was even close to her skills since they fought before. We called them, we matched them up. So it's going to be a great fight. They're both equally matched. They fought before. Obviously, Love is showing a little love to the other one, but should be all right.
As we said, they're both aiming for the Olympics, hoping to go to the Olympics. There's qualifying in qualifying in June and trials in October, or maybe the other way round. Anyway, Alex Love says she owns 2 dogs. She's got a Basset Hound and a Bulldog, and they're called Henry and Hurley. And she grew up in the country surrounded by a herd of llamas, she told me. I don't know whether we really needed to know that, but anyway, I've told you just in case. So here we are, round number 2, and Gonzalez coming out like a, absolute fury to pressurise Love.
Yeah, she's got to step it up. She lost that first round, so I mean this contest I think is 4-2.
4-2s, yeah.
So I mean, I don't know how it works. If it's a 10-9 round and they both win 2 each, I don't understand the scoring in this one. How they're going to do that?
No, I did ask before, but I didn't get around to asking what happened in that case. But maybe it won't be necessary to find the answer, because here's Love making a big comeback again after Gonzalez dominated the first 30 seconds.
Yeah. It was definitely a better start from Blue, but Red looks to be back in control again. So.
Well, she certainly said she was an aggressive boxer and a brawler, did Love. I think she's a bit more skillful than actually just a brawler.
Yeah, I mean, look, inside here, look, she likes to work and she likes to push the head back. All naughty tricks to
roughing her up on the inside, yeah?
To make your opponent uncomfortable, but to get there and to not get hit at the same time takes a lot of skill. So
there's certainly a lot of punches being thrown, and a good left hand there by Love, which landed flush on the jaw of Gonzalez.
It was a good uppercut round.
And you just think over 4 rounds the pressure's going to tell, isn't it? Because Gonzalez has been on the defensive for 7/8 of the fight so far. Anyway,
she needs to step it up.
But what can you do when somebody's coming at you as aggressively as Love? What can you do?
You just have to try and, on the way in, you have to try and hit them, and punch and move at the end of the day. This competition, this sport's about hitting and not being hit. So at the minute, she's getting hit, and she's getting hit more than she's hitting her opponent. So she needs to try and be a bit more clever and just punch and move as Red tries to sort of bulldoze in.
Well, certainly the 82nd Airborne fans are getting right behind specialist Alexander Love. 25 she is, as I said, from Monroe, Washington. Across the ring, there's her opponent from New York, boxing for 8 years. Her favourite boxer is Miguel Cotto. And as I say, she boxed against Love last year. Her father was a pro boxer as well, she tells me, and her uncle. She wasn't quite sure what their record were, but it's certainly boxing in the family. And she's got 2 children, a boy and a girl, and her little boy had his 3rd birthday yesterday, and clearly she's very keen to get home to see him. So
yeah, I'd expect so.
Mummy's come away to box. It's not a great explanation to a 3-year-old, is it? But
don't see that often.
Fair play to her. She's putting up a good show, but she's got her work cut out against a very experienced opponent. Here we are live from Fort Bragg in North Carolina on Forces TV. I hope you're enjoying it. Coming up after the break, which follows this, we'll have 5 scoring contests for the Sicily Cup in this match between the 82nd Airborne and 3 Para. But for the moment, we're enjoying the 3rd round of this women's contest. And the chant is USA, USA. Well, they're both Americans, so I suppose they're supporting them both, but I fancy it's Alexander Love, the 82nd Airborne are rooting for here, and they're certainly going to have another winner if it keeps up this particular pace.
Yeah, I think she's got this one in the bag already, unless she gets stopped, which I can't see.
Seems unlikely, doesn't it?
It seems very unlikely, so I can't see Blue coming back from this. She's definitely 2 rounds down, and there's not much difference about this round so far.
Incidentally, the referee for this one is Bill Joseph, who's a retired Marine, hails originally from Pennsylvania, and he's watching on as Love cracks in another whole load of I was going to say a whole load of combinations, but then suddenly it all gets rather tangled up in the ropes, and Love found herself holding onto the ropes and leaning out, but the referee breaks them up.
Yeah, it was just a bit of a mess. Referee just needs to jump in a little bit earlier and tidy it up, really.
And again, Love coming forward and being the aggressor in this contest, throws a good right hand and a left to the short left to the face of Gonzalez, and then gets told off by Bill Joseph for a sneaky one on the inside. Love just taking a bit of a breather. I was going to say there's the end of the round though. I think she knew the bell was coming.
Yeah, she just used her footwork at the end just to get out of the way and not get hurt.
And Love even has time to whip up the crowd in between times.
Oh yeah, she's getting both sides rowdy over here too. She is a soldier versus a civilian out here, and this place is surrounded by soldiers.
Here's some of the action from that round. And you can see that's when the referee gave her a little bit of a ticking off, but you could have picked any action from those first 3 rounds, and if you picked any sequence of 10 seconds, chances are it would have been Love on the attack.
Yeah, she's definitely on top, and I don't think Blue's got an answer for her. So I expect the same in the last round. Maybe even a bit of a bigger effort from Red. She's got a big crowd behind her, but.
Yeah, well, Gonzalez has plenty to do to stay in there. She's not going to win, we don't reckon, so let's see if she can put up a great show in the final round against this vastly experienced opponent. Must be very frustrating fighting somebody you've fought before and still not getting any closer to them. Love again. Just going forward, looking to close down the ring.
She's just on top. She's just throwing a few shots and moving. She occasionally gets clipped with the odd shot, but she's definitely landing the more solid shots and more eye-catching punches. So again, it looks to be another round where she's winning. But I'll give is it Gonzalez in the blue?
Gonzalez, yeah.
I'll give her a due. She's tough, so she's taking a few shots and she's still throwing punches. And she still seems to be trying to win this competition, so fair play to her.
Yeah, so they're certainly got the crowd interested in this, which is the main point, and Love for having some more success again. Gonzalez just holding on, again looking for a bit of a breather, and the referee maybe might step in here. And there's on the break a right hand that clipped Gonzalez, and she just a little bit off balance there, but no significant damage.
Yeah, I think it was just more of a shot. She was just unbalanced, and she was leaning forward, and she just got caught, and she lost her balance, I think.
And then Love getting, well, Gonzalez just holding her round the back of the head, which is not really allowed. The referee lets her get away with it.
Yeah, I like this referee. He lets him get on with it. Let's make a bit of a fight.
Well, now Gonzalez. Well, Love did so
this is what we come to see, a bit of a tear-up.
Yeah. Well, Gonzalez, look, there's the bell, that's it. Total uproar as well. And I have to say, if there were many people in the room like Harry alongside me who were sceptical about women's boxing before that, I think most of the people here were impressed tonight.
Yeah, no, I was quite impressed with that, actually. I think maybe ringside it looks a bit better. But I think during the Olympics, I'd say, wake me up with the men's boxings on. Maybe next time I just might give it a crack. Who knows?
Harry, when the Olympics are on and there's been a women's bout, right, I'll text you. You record it, and I'll text you if it's worth watching. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a deal?
Yeah, that's a deal.
Yeah. And meanwhile, I would think that Alex Love must be quite a good candidate for maybe picking up a medal or so in Rio.
I mean, we'll see. Obviously, she put on a great show here. She dominated the entire fight. But Natalie Gonzalez, she's going to get better. She's going to continue to go. And I don't know how many times they're going to end up fighting each other, because with the match skill and the amount of female boxers that we have that fight at the skill level, I have a feeling they're going to see each other again soon.
Yeah, but I suppose for Alex Love's point of view, she maybe needs to get some foreign opponents to keep going, because you don't learn anything by fighting the same people all the time, do you?
No, you don't.
especially if you keep getting beat. That would be a bit demoralising.
Yeah, it would, certainly. But Alex Love, very impressive. She's a name to watch out for in Rio 2016. And we're about to get the official result.
And your winner by unanimous decision, red.
Deafening roar greets Private Ben Swarbrick, who's making his way to the ring for the first of the bouts in part number 2 here at Fort Bragg. And this time I can hear the pipes leading him into the ring. So great opportunity for Ben Swarbrick, 22-year-old from Preston, 17 fights, he's won 15 of them.
Red
He's got a
corner.
very good record, Swarbrick. I think he's one of his top
Representing the 82nd Airborne Division,
He's the best
specialist,
in the country.
Sandy Rivas.
So here comes his opponent, Sandy Rivas, who's also extremely popular and a very personable young guy, making his way to the ring. You can see how popular he is. And this is going to be a great contest for the 23-year-old from Tampa, Florida. Let's listen to the crowd as he dances his way into the ring. Well, that was quite an entrance by Sandy Rivas, clearly reveling in the atmosphere here. He looks like he's a bit of a showman.
Yeah, not only that, Sandy Rivas, he's actually part of 2nd Brigade, which is most of the American soldiers that are here are all from 2nd Brigade.
So that was the voice of Master Sergeant Sean McCracken from the 82nd Airborne. And the other voice you heard just before was Private Harry Bambridge from B Company 3 Para, who had hoped to be boxing here tonight but couldn't find an opponent. But they've been very good to join me here ringside for our coverage here live from Fort Bragg in North Carolina. We hope you're enjoying it wherever you might be tuning in via Forces TV. And these are the 5 bouts that will count. The referee for this one is Gavin Kirk. Clarence Flemings is the supervisor on the far side of the ring. He'll be collating the judges' scorecards, 3 scoring judges. And we're about to get underway then with this lightweight contest, 3 3-minute rounds.
Defend yourself at all times. Cut the gloves, corners.
So straight away you can see here you've got Red, who seems to be the taller guy, Swarbrick, who is the shorter guy, so he's going to have to work to get inside.
And Sandy Rivas, the southpaw, stamps for the US. And having some success early on against Ben Swarbrick.
Yeah, I mean, the American's got off to a good start here. He's tagged in a few shots.
Once again, as it was in the opening bout, very good to want to hear one another.
So I didn't quite catch that, Nigel.
No, the point I was making was it was very difficult to hear one another because the atmosphere is so loud. And now Swarbrick coming back with some punishment of his own. And this is a real tear-up now in the first round. And that both boxers are hoping to set the tone for the remainder of the contest. And certainly they're going at it hammer, and Thompson has a great left hand from Swarbrick.
This is a good scrap, this. Both down toe-to-toe in the first round. One thing I do know about Swarbrick, he is the fittest man on our team. He has the best run times, so starting at this pace is probably a good shot. When they're both tired, he should have the more in the tank because he is a super fit guy.
Okay, so Sandy Rivas for the USA, Ben Swarbrick for 3 Para from the UK, and both sets of fans getting right behind them. It is an absolute tear-up. And Sean, I think the fans are going to lift the roof off this place in a minute.
Yeah, we might have some damage to pay back to the gym after this event's over.
So this is what this whole contest is all about. Going for it in a big fashion, both boxers. Swarbrick recovering from that early shock as Rivas made a fast start, but they're both trying to land big shots now. It's a bit of a brawl in the centre of the ring. And the whole place is shaking as they trade in the centre of the ring. What guts and determination from both boys.
Yeah, it's gone off at quite a pace. This is definitely going to be a battle of attrition coming into the second and third.
And Rivas now landing some good shots. Throwing that big left hand. Swarbrick catching him on the left as well. And Rivas really going for it in the closing stages of the round. The southpaw having some good success for the US, and Swarbrick now just having to battle to stay in it up till the bell and then regroup and come back again. Sandy Rivas, the home boy, and the home boy.
I thought the American definitely started stronger and he finished stronger, but in the middle part of the round, I thought we were slightly getting better exchanges, so it'll be interesting to see how the judges scored that round.
Yeah, it was certainly a good round for Rivas, I thought. He's been boxing for 13 years. He says he likes to dance, but that he can brawl. Well, he's certainly shown he can brawl. He also said he's the can man. He says, I can do anything.
Yeah, this is probably one of the best fights we've seen tonight, and it's probably going up to the best fight of the night in my book.
I agree. And you can hear the chant for Rivas, Rivas from the American fans. but I'm sure the three Para supporters will come back with their own in a minute. Sandy Rivas says he's aiming for the Rio Olympics, and he'll be at the US trials in Colorado in June. He's won 47 of his fights, only lost 7. You can see why. A classy performer, but so too is Ben Swarbrick from Preston, aged 22. 17 fights, he's won 15, so both boxers with winning records, and they won't want to give those up here tonight. Slightly calmer at the start of this second round. Swarbrick again.
Trying to just figure each other out at the minute. And, the first round was pretty close, but they're just trying to figure each other out. I don't think they're going to have another round like the first. So
it would be difficult to keep that pace up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sure would.
So Swarbrick then, can he just, it might just suit him to have a slightly slower pace perhaps and land his shots, trying to land that big left hand. Rivas lands on the far side, there gets the American fans on their feet. Another right jab to the jaw of Swarbrick.
Swarbrick just needs to move his head a little bit more as he's coming in and try and get past that jab. If he can slip that jab and get on the inside, he'll have more joy. At the minute, he's just getting caught a little bit.
He's just having to take some punishment, isn't he? So if he's going to score, he's got to take some on the way in. Then flashing the jab out. Left hand from Swarbrick, doesn't really make contact. Rivas with the jab again. He says also he likes to dance, and he certainly is doing that, but he can trade as well. And if anybody had doubts about the quality of military boxing, well, you can put those to one side, because this is pretty good stuff. Between two boxers who are determined to fight for their unit. Swarbrick lands a good jab. Rivas, the pace having slowed a little bit, may be able to pick his shots a bit more. And the British fans get behind Swarbrick now. But Rivas lands a combination. Swarbrick returns with interest. A couple of good shots as well. It's becoming a little bit more of a canny contest now as Rivas is on the back foot, looking to punch on the counter. Swarbrick trying to get inside. He's got inside there now.
He just needs to get on the side and let his hands go and just punch and keep moving his head after each exchange, and he'll get caught a little bit less.
So just get the feeling Swarbrick maybe needs to have a big finish to this round to not fall too far behind. Working on the basis Rivas probably took the first. Swarbrick needs to impress now in these final seconds. Again, cracking round between two committed boxers.
There's another tight round, and then the American's using the ring, and he's dancing a little bit, and Swarbrick's just trying to close him down. He's getting caught a little bit, but then the American sort of, he is running a little bit, so we'll just see how the judges will score it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be a little bit negative if you keep moving off.
Ben Swarbrick did Muay Thai kickboxing as a youngster, and he says he felt no pressure because once you're in the ring, he said you can't hear anything. Well, we can't hear anything out of the ring, can we?
So I didn't catch that, Nigel.
You proved my point. So at the moment, I reckon your man's looking pretty good.
I can't hear you with all this motivation going on with the crowd right now.
Okay, well, I was saying your guy looking pretty, Sandy Rivas looking pretty good at the moment. He has a good...
Oh, yeah, he's looking great. That last round was close. The first one, I think he definitely won, and we'll see how this one goes.
Yep, so round 3 then of this 5th bout of the night, but the first scoring contest in the contest for the Sicily Cup, and it's the red of Sandy Rivas from Tampa, Florida, for the US team against Ben Swarbrick of Preston, 22-year-old against a 23-year-old, the American being the slightly older. Good left hand by Swarbrick lands. He needs some more of those in this round.
Yeah, he needs to have a strong round here. There's still all to play for it, in my opinion, so if he can have a good round here, then hopefully he can get the decision.
Rivas again looking confident, but Swarbrick is in there. Covers out a bit and then flashing out 2 grabs, looking to get that left hook going. Throws it, but Rivas ducks underneath it. Good, another little exchange. And there's a good left hand by Swarbrick, gets right through. Better from the British boy. And then Rivas comes in and he catches him beautifully.
Just be out of counter another minute.
So maybe there's a way back here for Ben Swarbrick. I still think he has some work to do, but that's certainly an encouraging sign.
There we go, another shot down the middle. You see the nose of the Americans bleeding now as well, so...
Just an indication that, oh, and another great right hand by Swarbrick. He's certainly getting the mark, but now back comes Rivas with 2 great left hands. Rivas. And Swarbrick just hanging on a little bit under a lot of pressure. This is great stuff from both boxers. And Rivas stepping up and landing some good shots. And Swarbrick, at the moment, doesn't have an answer.
He took some good shots there, but he's still standing up to show what the good chin he's got. He took some fast ones there. Yeah. The American then got caught on the way in, so still everything to play for.
Yeah, so Swarbrick had the better of the early part of the round. The middle part has definitely gone to Rivas. And who has the big finish? Which boy will it be? Will it be Swarbrick or Rivas as we come down the stretch?
All could be down to the last 30 seconds.
It just needs a big finish from somebody. They both know it. Good solid left hand from Swarbrick. He catches him again. And then Rivas replies with a right hand. This is tremendous stuff. Swarbrick goes on the inside to the body. Who can finish the last 10 seconds? Good one.
Smart boxing from Swarbrick there.
And then Rivas comes back with a short right which catches Swarbrick, turns him off the ropes and looks to land some more in the centre of the ring. They're trading still, and there's the bell. And that was truly magnificent. Magnificent action from both boxers.
Yeah, for me that's definitely the best scrap of the night so far. Yeah, that's a strong contender, I think, the fight of the night.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, it's really true to the name of Brawl for the Paratrooper Brawl there.
That's good, we agree on something.
Yeah, I'm like the United Nations here in between the two of you. But... well, it's left to the judges now, but absolute pandemonium here with everyone on their feet waiting for the decision. There's Clarence Flemings, the supervisor, going through the judges' scorecards. Up in the ring, the 2 boxers embrace, out of camera shot. And whatever happens, both boxers can be so proud. The loser clearly will be bitterly disappointed, but on any other day they would both be winners. You can't have that, of course.
The one thing to keep in mind that these guys are both soldiers first, so it's not like they can spend every day training and boxing and everything. They have actual jobs in the Army that take them out to the field, that take them jumping and everything like that. So they're doing great. It's almost like they're doing it on their off-duty time for training.
Yeah. So referee Gav Kirk having some sort of discussion with Clarence Flemings. Not quite sure what that's about. So there will be a bit of a hush as we find out the result.
By a unanimous decision, red!
So Rivas takes the decision. And he takes the belt as well. And
that's also his brigade commander, Colonel Ryan, awarding him that belt right now.
So a very proud moment for both of them.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a loser's medal for Ben Swarbrick, which he probably won't appreciate too much at this moment because he'll be bitterly disappointed.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he'll be gutted. I mean, it's horrible to lose, but especially how hard he's worked to get where he is now.
Yeah, well,
let's
have a look at some of the action.
Over 50 odd fights, and Swarbrick's he's only got 17 fights.
17, that's right. Yeah.
So,
well, look, this was furious stuff, though, wasn't it? Fabulous.
He can come back from that, and once he's had 40 or 50 fights and they share a ring again, then it could go a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think you've got another Olympic contender there, Sean.
It's a possibility. I mean, we'll see when he goes to compete on where he places that. So
yeah, he talks a good fight. Yeah. That's for sure.
he could probably do a little less dancing though. So inside the ring and outside the ring.
Yeah, certainly can. So great contest. As both boxers leave the ring.
Can't get this pressure pouring out of my head. Can't get this pressure pouring out of my head. Pressure, 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 pressure. Pressure, 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 pressure.
So there we are. That's the next lineup. Private Elias Dexter for the 3-para against Davon Dudley for the US for 82nd Airborne. Dudley is from Brooklyn, New York. He's been boxing 11 years. He says he's a pressure fighter. His favorite boxer, Bernard Hopkins. That's not a bad choice for anyone, is it?
Not at all. I mean, right now his record's 47-31, so I guess that's still a winning record.
Yeah, it sure is. He says he's hoping that tonight will help bring boxing back to Fort Bragg.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, this is probably the largest boxing event we've had here since I can remember.
Fighting out of the blue corner, standing at 5 feet and 11 inches tall, weighing 143 pounds, and representing the 3rd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment, Private Elias Dexter.
You can hear the skirl of the bagpipes as Elias Dexter heads to the ring. He's from Melton Mowbray. He's won 16 out of 25 bouts. He tells me his favourite boxer is Ricky Hatton. Well, if he can reproduce Ricky Hatton's form, then maybe the American will be in for some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky Hatton's a favourite of mine as well, so...
Fighting out of the red corner, standing at 5 feet and 7 inches tall, weighing in at 143 pounds, and representing the 82nd Airborne Division, Specialist Devon Dudley!
So Devon Dudley is a mechanic. He's been boxing since he was 12, he tells me. So at the age of 23, he has a bit of experience. As Sean was saying before, he's still got a winning record, 47 and 31. He among the quieter ones in the group, I thought, yesterday when we met them all.
Yeah, also, the rest of his brigade is currently at Fort Polk, Louisiana at JRTC during a training exercise. But he stayed back just for this competition.
So he's feeling a bit lonely, is he?
A little bit in the crowd. Like I said, it's mostly 2nd Brigade that's up in the crowd right now. But trust me, they're going to get behind him just like they did for the 2nd Brigade boxer.
I'm sure they will. So at the moment in the race for the Sicily Cup, it's 1-0 to the US, to the 82nd Airborne. Referee for this one is Al Smith. Boxer's instructions.
Wait for the bell.
Again, the crowd settled down, and hopefully we'll be able to hear one another, but it's been pretty noisy up till now. Round one, 3 3-minute rounds. This light welterweight contest, and immediately Dexter on the attack.
As you see again, you've got the American who's the shorter guy, and you've got Dexter who's the taller man, so he needs to establish a nice long jab and keep this guy at range. And yeah, it's
protect yourself at all times is the watchword.
Yeah, that's what the ref said at the start.
So early success for Dexter. It was a stumble by Dudley, really, but Dexter was on him in a flash, and now hoping to push home that advantage. He's made a good start as Dexter from Melton Mowbray, and punishing Dudley on the ropes.
He just needs to keep letting his hands go, Dexter. At the minute he's on top and he's catching him, so just relax, just pick this guy off, and it should be comfortable. I mean, I think he scored a knockdown there, so it's a 10-8 round.
10-8 round, exactly.
So all he's got to do is carry and coast this round out, and he's already 2 points up. So
that was a slip, but so that won't count against him. But yeah, it should be scored as a 10-8 round with a knockdown, you would think. So Dexter again landing some telling shots. Dudley coming back though.
Yeah, he came back there with a little burst, but he got counted straight away. So
he's within range of being punished by Dexter. Dexter opening up. And he's got his foot on the gas, and he's going to keep it there at the moment. Yeah. That seems to be the plan.
I mean, he loves his fitness anyway. We train 3 times a day, and he does his own stuff anyway. So fitness shouldn't be a drama for him at all. He's definitely one of the fitter guys in the team.
So I think it's pretty difficult for both boys to hear the instructions from the referee in this cauldron of noise. Dudley just staggers back again. getting a little wary now of these long punches from Dexter, who now gets on the inside and roughs him up on the ropes. At least one headshot gets through, and even after the first round, Dudley looking a bit tired.
Oh yeah, well I mean they're throwing punch after punch after punch, and Dexter's fast. I mean he landed a lot of punches during that round.
He certainly did, and the three para fans behind Elias Dexter up on their feet and helping their boy.
Yeah, so they're shouting for him. They're still 1-0 down, so they're now currently singing. The Americans aren't singing anymore.
I'm not sure that's a chant heard. I'm not sure that's a chant heard much in America. I don't know if NFL crowds chant "You're not singing anymore," do they?
Yeah.
We always have some quaint English chants. And we're hearing a few of them here tonight from the three para boys. Right, second round coming up. What does Davin Dudley have in the tank from Brooklyn, New York, 23 years old? He's certainly got lots of guts and courage. He'll need them all now against Elias Dexter, who's made this fast start and dominating start in round number 1. Dexter, again, sizing him up and getting off combinations.
Yeah, he just seems to be catching him as he comes in. Red needs to be a little bit cute and just move his head and try and land the first sort of strong shot to get Dexter thinking about his defence rather than his attack.
Yeah, at the moment Dexter is just picking him off and a beautiful shot.
Dexter just fires back there straight away.
Fair play to Dudley, he just keeps on coming, but as he does, he just gets tagged by a right hand by Dexter and then a left uppercut. Beautiful movement by Dexter as well. He's just moving around the ring, keeping the length he wants, and then just unloads when his man comes in at him.
Just punch and move. Don't get hit. That's what you do. Sounds easier than it actually is there.
As you can see, the camera's jumping as the three paras behind us jump, and the whole stadium rocks. But it's Dexter keeping his feet firmly on the canvas and dominating round number 2. As he did the first round, but Dudley showing great reserves of courage and fitness as well to still be in there now. But Dexter turns him again off the ropes and lands as he does so. Maybe the pace slowing just a fraction.
There's a good combination there from the American. Dexter just needs to get on his feet again and use his legs.
Well, you say he's one of the fittest guys in the unit, so he's got to pace himself to the end of the third round, towards the end of the second. But it's Dexter again. It catches him with a lovely shot as Dudley came in. Just working his way round to the left. Dexter just flips Dudley again. He's just slightly off balance. Good left jab gets through from Dudley, but returned with interest by Dexter. Again, fantastic atmosphere for the two boys. The adrenaline must be really racing, pumping through their veins, and that's certainly the case for Elias Dexter from Melton Mowbray. Everyone watching back home will be so proud. Good right hand though by the American, and Dexter stung back into action to reply.
It looks good for the judges. If you get caught with a shot and then you just fire straight back and hit them back with 2, then you just cancelled out the shot and you get caught with.
Dudley's been doing a bit better in the closing stages of this round, and he's fair play to him. He's trying to put in a big finish to impress the judges at the end of round 2. There's the bell. And we would never have doubted it, Sean, but Davin Dudley showed great character there and actually was getting some of his own back in the last minute of that round.
Oh yeah, I mean he's took a bunch of shots and he's not giving up. He's got a lot of resilience there.
He's a mechanic, so he'll be glad to get back to the day job after this, I suspect, because he'll feel this in the morning, won't he?
Oh yeah, and he might be a mechanic, but as soon as you hit the drop zone, you're a rifleman first.
Okay, that's a fair point. So there's Elias Dexter standing in the blue corner. getting his instructions. Boxed for the regiment for the last 8 months. Says this is the biggest event of his life and he will be nervous. Well, I should think the nerves will have gone by now. Here we go for the third and final round. The 6th contest of the evening and the second scoring round. Good combination from Dexter, and then suddenly got Dudley in a little bit of trouble. Dudley fights back well though, lands a couple of shots as well, trying to get that right hand working. A big swinging overhand right, but doesn't make contact.
This will be another good fight, this one. If they have a big last round, it could be another contender for a fight of the night.
It certainly could, and I don't imagine you thought that Dudley would still be in here after that first round at this stage.
Yeah, he's definitely come back into it a little bit more, but I feel that Dexter's still on top at the minute, and he's still...
Yeah, I agree. He's won both the other 2 rounds. He's winning this one right now.
But they show great courage in their daily lives, these guys, and they're showing it in the ring tonight. Great credit to both the 82nd Airborne and 3 Para. Good roar of approval as a right hand landed from Dudley.
A good shot. Good shot. Dexter just needs to regroup, just get his hands up. Get his hands back up around his chin.
3 nice jabs there got through from Dexter. Now tries a few body shots and lands a little combination again. Dudley still trying to get that right hand away if he can. Dexter just needs to stay out of the way and box his own game.
Just let those long shots go and try not let Dudley smother him. He's fit, so when he's inside, he's going to keep firing off.
Right hand on the break from Dexter got through, and then a long left jab. Again, Dexter just on the back foot a little bit at the moment, but Dudley has nothing to lose by coming forward. He said he feels he's a pressure fighter, and that's what he's trying to do now. It was really the rocky start he had in the first round that put him on the back foot, but now perhaps he's just beginning to come into his own, but Dexter decides, I've got to show something here, and in the last minute, Dexter needs a big finish just to clinch it.
Good shot,
good shots there. Again.
Right hand to the body, left hook to the head.
Right up against the ropes above us here. And there's a good right hand by Dexter, who's maybe just tiring a little bit as the pressure from Dudley comes towards him. And Dudley perhaps finishing the stronger here as we come into the last 10 seconds.
He's finishing strong here.
And Dexter trying to unleash, as he has done, gets 3 decent shots away. Dudley, though, a fantastic effort. And right on the bell, they end up on the ropes, and again,
it was a good scrap.
Standing ovation, good scrap indeed. Well, I think you have to give full credit, Sean, to Dudley there. He dominated the latter part of that final round. Probably not quite enough for him, though.
No, I don't. I mean, he stood in there to the 3rd round, and after the 1st round, I didn't think it was going to make it halfway through the 2nd. So I give good props to him for sticking in there and continuing to fight.
Yeah, and Harry, I'm sure your mate up there will be well pleased with the way he performed.
Yeah, he did well, Dexter. He threw a lot of shots in the first 2 rounds. Slowed down a little bit in the last. Fair play to Dudley, is it? Yeah.
Dudley, yeah, Dudley, yeah.
Dudley, he put down his gun shield and had a strong finish at the end of the 3rd.
So the score's being collated from the 3 judges. And we have a result already which suggests that it's probably a unanimous decision. I'm guessing. It's always dangerous to guess as a commentator, because that's when you normally are totally wrong. But it was a glance at the sheet, so here we go.
And your winner by unanimous decision, blue!
Well done to Elias Dexter.
1 apiece.
So there's a picture of happiness. Elias Dexter with his winner's belt. And true respect for both boxers. As Davin Dudley receives his medal now, they embraced in the centre of the ring. That was a great contest. And let's have a look at some of the action from it. It was that was the stagger in the first round, and then Dexter jumped on him, and really that was the key to the contest, wasn't it? That was in the early seconds.
I mean, the American looks a little bit frustrated they got put down, but get caught off balance, and sort of Dexter managed to just bundle him down with a sort of accumulation of shots to the head. So,
but as I said at the time, it is protect yourself at all times, isn't it? He stumbled, and if the referee's not going to stop you, then Dexter's you go in and take advantage of it, don't you?
Of course you do. It's kill or be killed in this sport.
Well, not literally, can I assure people watching back at home. But Sean, I know you'd rather it would be 2-0 to the 82nd, but 1-1 at this point. It tees it up nicely for the final 3 bouts.
Yeah. I mean, this next fight should be interesting. We've got it's actually one of our medics, and his record is 0-0. So, and then we've got him against someone whose record is 1-0. So they're both pretty new fighters, and we'll see how it works out.
Can't get this pressure pouring out of my head. Can't get this pressure pouring out of my head.
So Charlie Thompson for 3 power against Joseph Galavis for the US. I think he's spelled with a Z, not an S, but we'll let that one go. But as you say, Sean, he's a medic. He's a healthcare specialist, I was told. And he respects Oscar de la Hoya particularly. It's his debut bout. And he's been boxing for less than a year. And previously, there was an MMA and wrestling fighter. So, you know, he knows how to look after himself.
The 82nd, we love our mixed martial arts, and hopefully we can get a boxing ring here too. Like I said, we got a full fight house that has an octagon and everything in it, and it's packed to it's packed in there every night with guys training and whatnot. So maybe after this we can get a boxing ring, and the next time 3 Para comes to town, we'll have a set team.
How you fix next week? We could come back. Maybe not. Perhaps you've got the day job to do still, but it's been great. Anyway, let's listen to the next announcement.
Standing at 6 feet and 2 inches tall and weighing in 180 pounds and representing the 3rd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment, Private Charlie Thompson.
So on his way to the ring is Charlie Thompson from Brighton, age 23, been boxing for a year, so good evening, early morning, whatever it is on the south coast. It's your man, I'm sure Charlie's family are all watching as he's piped into the ring here at Fort Bragg to a tumultuous reception. And Charlie told me that this means an awful lot for him, fighting in front of the battalion for the first time. Does that add to the nerves?
Yeah, of course it does.
Fighting out of the red corner, standing at 5 feet and 7 inches tall, weighing in at 180 pounds.
And he's from the same hometown as me, so I hope he does it. Should be good.
On his way.
Just like the last fight, the blue corner is definitely going to have the reach on him. He's got him by at least 5 or 6 inches on tall. So.
Yeah, Joseph is a really cool character. I had quite a long chat with him yesterday. You know, he seems pretty confident, knows what he's going to do, and not too worried about the opposition.
Yeah, I mean, he knows how to take a hit. He's been in mixed martial arts, and obviously it's a different mindset. It's a different sport, but we'll see how he does.
Yeah, he comes from Bakersfield, California, although he grew up in Denver, Colorado. He's age 24. As we say, he's been boxing for less than a year. So 2 novice fighters here. And again, he told me he's happy boxing is back in the 82nd. So just 1 or 2 of the guys just stoking up the pressure on the unit to, you know, make sure you do get boxing back here. No pressure whatsoever.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, his opponent, Charlie Thompson, as we said, from Brighton. He tells me he's a big Man United fan, but I won't hold that against him.
Yeah, I'm not a big football fan myself, so I wouldn't say I've spoken to him much about football.
I don't suppose, Sean, you're a big Man United fan either, are you?
No, not at all. I don't really watch European football. So.
Okay.
Soccer, you mean?
Soccer,
yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to avoid that one, but yeah, soccer.
We'll let you get away with that. The viewers back home will have liked you saying that, so that's fine. It's what they expected. You know?
Yeah.
Back to the corner.
So referee Mick Harrison gives his instructions to the boxers. Again, hard to hear them because the uproar in the hall. And the bell goes to start round number 1. This 3rd scoring contest, it's 1 apiece between 82nd Airborne and 3 Para, and it's the American Galavis on the attack straight away from the off.
Yeah, straight away the American, he knows he's a short guy, so he's trying to get in. Thompson's got to use his legs and keep him at long range. He's using his legs well at the minute to keep the American out of range. As he lets those shots go, and he's starting to work on his jab now. That's what he needs to do.
So, in the centre of the ring, and the chart goes up 82nd, 82nd. I'm sure we'll hear the 3 Para response before long, but for once I can just about hear myself talk. And this 3 2-minute rounds, of course, because it's a novice contest. So we're almost halfway through that first round, and apart from that fast start by Galavis, there's not been too much to write home about, but Thompson landed a good right hand there.
There's not much in it at the minute. Thompson's landed a couple of shots, but...
So maybe this last 45 seconds impress the judges and take the round.
Still to play for. Thompson's using his legs very well for defence. Just needs to fire a couple more shots. I think he could just nick it maybe.
So Thompson trying to land those slightly longer range shots. Galavis trying to get inside.
Yeah, just like that.
A little bit wary of getting caught, as he should be, but both just sizing one another up at the moment. I think the second and third rounds it'll probably open up a bit more, but
there we go. That's what he needs to do. Keep those long punches going.
Keep him at length, left jab, and then follow up with a right. Galavis ducks under that right from Thompson.
That's it. That's what he needs to do, Dudley.
So Thompson closing the round, just on the offensive and pushing Galavis back against the rope and lands two or three decent shots.
Good finish there by Charlie. I think he might have just sealed the round there. Or hopefully anyway.
Right in front of the judges, yeah. So we'll get Sean's view in a minute when the bell rings. Again, I probably hardly heard the bell ring all night because the noise here. So Thompson, not sure about the timing in this one, but it seems to have gone.
It's supposed to be a 2-minute round.
Meant to be a 2-minute round, but
it seems to be like they're doing a 3-minute round.
I agree. Yeah, the timekeeper is letting it go to 3 minutes, and Thompson is taking advantage. And there goes the bell. I think that was more like a 2.5-minute round, don't you?
Yeah, well, probably would have felt like 3 minutes in there, but
it was 3 minutes, we're told, from the truck. So what should have been a 2-minute novice contest, we actually, yeah, and in fact the referee is talking to the supervisor now on the far side, and they're just clearing that up. So one assumes that the second and third rounds will be only 2 minutes now. They've cleared that up, but
that's all right. They got an extra minute to party.
Yeah, well, what was your impression of that, Sean? That first round, your guy started strong, and then maybe Thompson helped maybe by an extra minute, got on top.
Yeah, right up until that last minute, it looked like they were just filling each other out, and obviously blue corner, he's got the long reach, and red, he just needs to get in there close and throw some body punches, but. Yeah, I'm giving that one to blue, definitely.
Yeah, I think so. So, getting ready for round number 2. Hopefully 2 minutes of action to come. Thompson in the blue and the black vest, of course. And still trying to keep it long. Galavis comes in on the inside. A shorter man, of course, so trying to get his punches under the guard of Charlie Thompson. Throws the overhand right.
Good movement by Thompson. He's not just moving back, he's moving off at an angle. Good shot there by Red though. So.
And then he's trapped him on the rope a little bit, but
he lost his gun shield there, Red, from a left hook from Charlie.
Yep, well spotted. Flew across the ring.
Charlie.
So just a quick swill of the gum shield for Joseph Galavis. And the referee calls them back together, and we're back into the action in this second round.
Oh, lovely right hand there, and again, and again, and again, and again.
Galavis holds on. Thompson again, keeping it at range, turns him. And a good right hand by Galavis though this time.
Yeah, good right hand over the top there from Red. That's what he needs to do. Just getting close and bowl over those big overhand rights.
So Thompson, they're both novices, of course, so it's a learning process all the way through here. Certainly quite an atmosphere to be fighting as a novice. And Galavis doing really well, pushing Thompson right back into that neutral corner.
That was a good burst by Red there. Making it a close round.
Yeah.
It's anyone's game, I'd say.
Not quite sure of the timing of this round, but
looks like it's going to be another 3-minute round.
So Thompson with some work to do in this second round after Galavis has come back strongly. Maybe, I don't know, lack of concentration, or maybe just thought it was easier than he was, but that's a great Little combination of good left hand got through right onto the point of the American's chin, and there is the bell to bring a halt to the proceedings for round number 2. Sean, your thoughts on that one?
I think it was close. I think Blue had him the last 30 seconds, but I think the rest of the round it went pretty close.
Yeah, well, mate, you know, it all depends what the judges are seeing. Of course, we're on one side of the ring and the judges are spread around, so you definitely see different shots from different angles, don't you?
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, it was definitely a close round. Just how it depends how the judges scored it. So it could be all to play for in the last if they gave that one to red.
I'm still trying to figure out if we're doing 2 or 3 minute rounds.
So
that one seemed like 2.5.
Yeah. So, well, it's a compromise, isn't it? You know? I have to say, one amateur contest back in England a few years back, I did see the timekeeper falling asleep. But that won't happen here tonight. You couldn't possibly sleep in this noise, could you?
No, not at all. Or the heat.
Nor would you want to, because the action's so good. So here we go, round number 3. Be it 2 or 3 minutes, we're not sure, but whatever it is, it'll be all action as Joseph Galavis for the 82nd goes on the charge. Turned and broke the break call by Mick Harrison, the referee. Again, Thompson needs to keep it long.
Yeah, just keep the range, keep using his legs like he was doing there, and just try not to let this guy get close to him.
And mix it up a little bit. Don't just go to the head, go to the body as well, maybe. But Thompson again keeping out of range, and the right hand from Galavis just falls short. There's good footwork from Thompson. The referee calls a break. I think Galavis just pushing the shots a little bit, but didn't see too much wrong myself. But there's Thompson now. Turns his man nicely, traps him on the ropes again, but the 2 overhand rights by the American.
Yeah, he didn't really get through, so...
That's his most dangerous weapon, isn't it? That's a good right hand by Thompson. And another one. Right up in front of us in this 3rd round. We think just over 30 seconds remaining, but we can't guarantee it at this stage. But neither can the American, who comes back with 2 good right hands.
Charlie needs to have a good finish, I feel.
So we think 20 seconds to go. Thompson gets a nice uppercut. So big finish required, gets a left jab in. Left and a right, not caught flush.
They're both hanging out here now.
Yeah, Thompson trying to throw the right, and there's the bell goes. And another great contest. In a way, it's becoming a bit predictable. There was another great contest. They've all been, haven't they?
Yeah, true that. I mean, they're both amateur boxers. This is his first fight. It's his 2nd fight, and I doubt they expected a crowd like this too. I'm sure nervous, and I mean, I'm sure he can speak on it. I'm sure that gets into your head as well.
Yeah, I'm sure, Harry. Well, they'll be glad to have got this out of the way, won't they?
Yeah, to be honest, considering they're both such novices, it was actually a pretty good scrap for a novice boxing fight. Especially in front of this crowd, you know, I mean, people could easily get a little bit wild and it could turn into a bit of a street brawl, but they actually both kept it together pretty well. And I think my man from Brighton might have just done it.
Well, we'll wait and see. Certainly the 3 para fans behind us are of that opinion, but there's the belt that's going to be round the waist of one of the guys in just a few moments. As I said earlier in the evening, I think the innovation of belts for the winners is really great in amateur boxing. Again, applause and respect for both boxers.
By a unanimous decision, blue.
Thompson has it. There's a proud moment for Charlie Thompson to take home to Brighton.
Yeah, he'll be buzzing. He works hard for this fight. But I'm glad he did it. He's one of the good mates in the team, so.
And Joseph Galavis, well done to him too. That was a, fantastic effort from him as well. And if he was as good as an MMA and wrestler as he was tonight, then he's a pretty decent all-round athlete.
Well, I mean, he didn't try and attempt to take down or throw a right kick, so I guess he did pretty good.
Can't get the special pouring out of my head. Can't get the special pouring out of my head. Pressure, 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 pressure. Pressure, 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 pressure.
So that's the contest we're awaiting us. Lewis Curley against Imo Aeti, I should say, for the US. And here are the announcements.
3-minute rounds. Fighting out of the blue corner, standing at 6 feet and 1 inch tall, weighing in 175 pounds, and representing the 3rd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment, Private Lewis Curley.
Once again, we can hear the pipes. We can't see Lewis Curley just yet, but he is on his way, I can assure you. It's a South Coast takeover, this. He's from Bournemouth. So yeah, can he match Brighton? It's
another South Coast lad. They say we're soft from down south, but it's not true.
Here he comes. And to all of you down in Bournemouth and the South Coast, it's probably I think it's nearly 3 o'clock in the morning with you, but I'm sure you won't want to go to bed with this sort of action to come. 2 bouts to go.
Red corner, standing at 5 feet and 9 inches tall, weighing in at 175 pounds, and representing the 82nd Airborne Division, Sergeant Imo Aeti.
So here he comes to the ring, Aeti from American Samoa. He said when he lived on that island, he could never have imagined being in a competition like this. He joined the army at 21. Based, I think, at Fort Hood in Texas. Is that right, Sean?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, and he's a power generation equipment repairer.
Yes.
So he fixes
essentially,
things.
he's another mechanic. Yeah. So.
Well, we appreciate him if he had anything to do with the air conditioning. If he could just have another look at it later, that would be good. He says he's a go-forward fighter. He's been boxing for 3 years. He's 25 years old. Across the ring from him, Lewis Curley. He's a 21-year-old from Bournemouth, who said been boxing since age 10, and he thinks Rocky Marciano was the greatest. A bit before his time, I'd have said, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I've only watched a few clips of him myself, so I can't comment. But he had a pretty good record, so.
Yeah, he did. But what Lewis tells me, he took a bit of a break from boxing. This is only his second fight in 4 years.
Yeah, he boxed just before we come out here. He boxed really well, actually. Just shed a bit of ring rust in that fight. He's still got a win, and I expect a big and better performance from him now.
24 wins, 24 wins so far in his contest, and just 4 defeats. Referee for this one is Bill Joseph, and here we go. 3 Para looking for their 3rd win, and the 82nd looking to level it up at 2 apiece. Curley looking to make the fast start here, the taller man.
I mean, I've sparred Curley a lot myself, and he's got a tremendous jab. So, yeah, if you're a short guy, jabs are difficult to get cleared.
Yeah, Aeti looks pretty solid though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he punches very hard as well. So he's got a stiff jab. He doesn't just flick it out. He throws it like a ramrod, so when it hits you, you do know it now. You do know it. For sure.
So Curley looking to unload in that blue corner. Aeti.
Yeah, he's just trying to counter punch in there. Curley, he locks the box on the back foot, just flick the jab out, and then explode just like he did there. So at the minute he's been allowed to box the fight how he wants to. So. Yeah, so he's looking good at the minute.
Joe's sussing one another out at the moment. The American coming forward, trying to get through the para defence.
Good uppercut on the inside there. American just needs to keep moving his head. Trying to avoid that jab.
Didn't think it would be long before the atmosphere was stoked up again by the 3 Para supporters. Just feeling that Curley maybe needed a little encouragement to get into action. Aeti coming forward again. Lands a good right hand there. Good shot indeed, solid shot. Curley not unduly bothered by it, but the judges will have noted that one. So coming into the last 45 seconds or so of round number 1. 3 3-minute rounds this one.
He just needs to, he's using his legs well, he just needs to sort of step back and dig in a counter.
Yeah, this bout hasn't yet exploded into action like some of the others, but still plenty to admire. The American trying to get in closer. So who's got the finish, big finish to come in this round? The last 10 seconds. There's good left jab by Aeti. And Curley, having his left arm held, digs him in the ribs with his right. And there's the bell. Not quite so much for the judges to judge there. There was it was a bit of a cagey round, really.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
and once again, Blue has still got the reach. The red fighter, he's a little shorter. He's got to move in close, and Blue can just reach around, and he's throwing a lot of punches out there too.
Yep, so that's the problem. If you're fighting somebody with a longer reach than you've got to be very brave and outwork them, haven't you?
Yeah, you've got to be clever. You've got to work your way in. You've got to try and use your jab and you've got to slip their jab on the way in, and you've got to try and close the ring off. But like we said, it's a big ring tonight, so it makes that job a little bit harder for that shorter guy to sort of pin him down and get him in the ropes.
So Lewis Curley. His granddad boxed in the army, apparently, so he told me. Not quite sure who for, but again, a history of boxing in the Curley family. And here we go, round number 2. Again, the arena rocking literally, and now it's first one to live, and Curley unleashes.
That's it. We're going to see it about liven up a little bit.
So the American certainly putting a little bit more into the early stages of this second round.
Yeah, it's been a better start from the American in this round.
So what's Curley got to say about this?
Curley's just got to get the distance again and move his legs and create a gap between them.
And there's a good shot there landed by Aeti again. So under a bit of pressure now, the British boxer, as Aeti closes down the gap and gets inside. I think Curley's just a bit bothered by his head guard at the moment, but
yeah. I mean, we don't box with head guards anymore,
no.
but we spar in them, so you sort of get used to your own head guard. So, but it's just another adjustment that both men have to make. So.
Coming forward again, and lands a couple of good short arm shots there. And
yeah, it's been a good round.
It's been a good round. I think he certainly won this round, so we may well be going into the final round.
Yeah,
all square, I think.
Still a minute.
Still a minute to go.
So
true. Yeah, there is.
Can happen. But he's definitely had a good round. Yeah.
Curley.
But that's what Curley needs to do.
Dances out of the way now. Needs a big final minute. Of course, if this is a close one, Sean, it's all good for the contest overall.
Yeah, I mean, I think Red's won this round so far, so that'll be 1-1, and we'll see how the third round goes. Nice right there.
And Curley's in a bit of trouble right in front of us now. And then Aeti staggers back afterwards, but that just confirmed the advantage the Americans had in this round. 30 seconds still to go. But he certainly caught Curley a couple of times.
Yeah.
That's a good reply. Good reply by Curley.
It's the fire off at long range.
So coming to the last 10 seconds of the round, but
nice.
The American surely will have won this 10-9. So on my card, if I were keeping one, it's all square. And all to play for in round number 3.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Both men need this last round, and I think whoever wins this last round, it should be their fight.
The worry from Curley's point of view, though, is that the momentum seems to be with Aeti.
Yeah, it does at the minute. But we're free power, and I think one of the reasons why they call us free power is because we like a big third round. So.
And Sean, your response to that?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how ferocious they are when they come out this time. So Aeti definitely came out swinging at the beginning of the last round. We'll see if he does it this time. Yeah. It'll set the pace for the round itself.
So hold on to your hats. It could be a bumpy ride. And could be a significant 3 minutes of boxing this, because the destination of the Sicily Cup could depend on this in one form or another. So Curley, with that burden on his shoulders, sets out to try and take the judge's eye in this third round. Again, though, the American coming forward.
Yeah.
Again, it's the pressure's coming from Aeti, the American, and Curley got to find
That's
some
what he needs to do.
shots.
He needs to just fire off a little bit quicker and just try and catch the American on the way in, stop him in his tracks.
So the pace has slowed significantly from the early stages. A good uppercut rocks back the head of the American.
That was a good shot with Curley. He does have a good uppercut on the inside.
But back comes Aeti and right hand. But Curley just beginning to get into the groove a little bit, you feel?
Yeah, I think he's slightly ahead in his first minute, but not by much, that's for sure. So, American coming back there.
So it's a hard one to score. There's a good left hand, solid left from Curley. Trying to pick him off on the way in, as Harry said he should do, and that's what he's doing right this moment. But back comes the American, really strongly. Referee Bill Joseph pulls them apart. Now they're heading down the stretch with Aeti coming forward again, looking to impress the judges. Curley looking to get those long shots off. He takes a left from the American. Really could be anybody's this. As
It's all still to play for. I feel Curley's still slightly got the upper hand, but a big exchange from the American could swing it in his favour. So
it's tense. It really is tense here ringside. These two. And there's two brilliant shots by Curley, and again, that's what he needs to really impress. He needs a big 30 seconds or so to impress the judges, and that maybe has just swung it his way.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's still definitely ahead at the minute.
So, barring a big finish by Aeti, that maybe that little flurry from Curley might have been enough to win the round, and he lands another solid shot there. But the American keeps on coming. Yeah, 15 seconds to go. And there's a left hook, rocks Aeti again, who keeps coming forward, but he's just been caught a little bit more in this round. And there's a good straight left by Curley, gets through again. But fair play to Aeti, who kept coming forward. And again, magnificent fight.
That was a close one. I couldn't even tell you who I would say won that round.
Well, the two Brits on your right are reckoning that it's the Brit, but then that's because we're Brits.
2 against 1.
Yeah.
I think it would make it a lot more exciting, though, if they went tied into the last round for the Cup.
I know. But you can't stage manage these things. Good stuff, though. For all those of you watching at home, this is going to be a tense decision. But whatever it is, if three power have won and have sort of clinched the trophy, that doesn't mean it's time to go to bed back home in the UK. We want you with us for the final bout. A little bit of hush. The result being handed to Bill Joseph, our referee. Oh, maybe not. Rather, Bill Joseph was handing the final judge's slip to the supervisor. And the MC now has been told the decision. So stand by.
Your winner by unanimous decision, blue.
Well, Lewis Curley got the decision, but that's the closest bout in terms of it could have gone either way, I think. So.
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree. And I mean, we'll see with the next one. The next bout's got some young fighters in it too, and they're equally matched in size and reach and everything. So, but hats off to both of them. They did a great job.
Fighting out of the blue corner, standing at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds.
There we are.
Representing the 3rd Battalion.
Good looking bunch.
Yeah.
Well, 2 of us
Giles.
anyway. Here comes Liam Giles. Liam Giles then, the last of the 3 para boxers to make it to the ring. He's had a long wait. Let's hope it's a worthwhile wait. Again, the pipe has been doing a sterling job, but I haven't heard much of it over the noise. Liam Giles looks really up for it though, don't you think?
Yeah, he loves
Fighting
it.
out of the red corner.
As you can see, he likes to push a few weights to get the. He likes to do the curls for the girls.
Airborne Division, Staff Sergeant Antonio Lester.
So I think we can take it as read that Staff Sergeant Antonio Lester is going to give it his all to make sure that 3 para don't have too big a win in this cup. He's good, and actually he's quite a character, this guy, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he is. He's also another mechanic. I guess all the mechanics are good with their hands, so they're good boxers. But they're equal in size. Skill-wise, I mean, they're pretty close. Obviously, Giles, he's got a few more fights under his belt than Lester does. But Lester's from our Combat Aviation Brigade. He's one of the wheeled mechanics over there.
He's 31. Doesn't look it. He's wearing well. I wish I knew how he's managed to look 31, or rather not look 31. And he's been boxing for less than a year. His favourite is Manny Pacquiao. He says, I like his work ethic. So if he's anything like Manny Pacquiao, he's going to be quite something. Liam Giles says, so much work has gone into this that all that matters is having that belt on the wall at home. So it means a lot to both these guys. There's going to be a lot of heart going into it, a lot of bravery, and the pride of the regiment as well. And the favourite fighter for Liam Giles, Joe Calzaghe, who of course was unbeaten in his pro career in what, 50-odd fights?
Yeah, he's a clever southpaw from Wales, obviously Newbridge, Wales. He used to throw plenty of punches around. Yeah, he's one of Britain's probably best world champions we've had, and he's pretty underrated, really.
Yeah, I was going to unsung hero, really, wasn't he?
He definitely didn't get the credit he deserved.
No. But we're going to give plenty of credit to Staff Sergeant Antonio Lester and Private Liam Giles, because let's hope this will be a real tear-up for the final bout of the night. Gav Kirk is your referee. And we're underway. 3 2-minute rounds, this one. And there it is, a tear-up already. The adrenaline pumping.
Bit of a wild start.
Secret is to stay on your feet, isn't it?
Yeah, generally.
Yeah, it's probably the untidiest start of the night so far, but plenty of action, and Giles getting a combination of punches there, a little ragged, and they're both holding on.
Yeah, a little bit ragged at the start, but Liam Giles, he punches hard when he throws those wild swings, but if they catch you, it's 1-2, good night.
Yeah.
Or left, right, good night, that's what they call it.
Lester the southpaw stance, so that's another thing for Giles to think about. Explains the Pacquiao reference, of course, for Lester. I haven't quite seen Pac-Man in him yet, but I'm sure it's there somewhere. Of course, Pacquiao Mayweather coming up very soon. Fight that should have happened maybe 5 years ago, but still exciting. But I don't think anything could be as exciting as what we've seen here tonight at any level of boxing. The atmosphere being fantastic and the commitment truly remarkable from both teams. Giles now looking for a good finish to the round. As I say, it has been a little bit ragged.
It's been a little bit ragged.
Landed a couple of decent shots and he's staggered him there. Well, the ropes saying Antonio Lester there, he was in all sorts of trouble.
To finish it.
And Lester covers up as Giles pummels him again, sensing his opportunity. So, decisive advantage there by Liam Giles.
And that's why I said he's called Liam Dynamite Giles.
But in a way, though, that was unexpected, wasn't it? Because there hadn't been that much between them in the first round, and that was decisive. I think we can probably have a look at that, actually. A little bit of action from that round. There we are, he was just off balance and stumbled back, and perhaps Giles didn't tag him with quite as much as he'd like to have done, but he took a count, and Lester looking a bit bemused, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But then you always feel it's unfair when you have to take a count, don't you? So that's the most explosive bit of action in round number one. Liam Giles breathing deeply.
He can just land another punch like that and follow it up.
So, what would you say? He needs to try and jump him right at the start of this round?
Yeah, why not? It's exciting for us.
So, come on then, Liam Giles. What have you got in your locker? Antonio Lester will have something to say about it, I'm sure. Round number 2. And Giles definitely trying to get those big shots out underway. It's a bit of a bull in a china shop approach, but very effective. If one of those lands, it's going to stay. You're going to stay hit, that's for sure. A little bit more finesse maybe, and they'll be more effective, but still no lack of effort.
Yeah, it's a bit wild, but like I say, if they land.
Leicester, meanwhile, just got to try and stay out of the way and get into the fight a little bit.
Just box and move a little bit.
He's got to use the advantage of being a southpaw, really, hasn't he, to make it difficult. But
he's got to try and move off to his right and just try and be a little bit more clever and not stand in front of Giles, because Giles does pump very hard. So
So
he just needs to pick his jab like that was better. And he needs to move his legs, but he's not, and just let Liam come on with pressure.
And then trapped on the ropes, he takes a big right hand, which won't have done him any favours, and then Giles just bullies him into that corner. And at the moment, Lester just wanting to hold on, just looking to regroup a little bit, but it's, as I say, Giles, the more rugged, perhaps even ragged style, but it's causing Lester untold problems, just not knowing where the shots are coming from.
Just these big bombs coming from left and right.
So referee Gav Kirk just has a quick little word with them both. Lester got a decent shot off there, turned round again, off balance, both off balance. And they just get on with it. That was good to see. And that's the end of the round, and Giles just tagged in with a shot just after the bell, I think, but nothing intentional. You can see the smiles on the faces of the three Para fans behind there, where...
I think it's because we're going to be remaining undefeated, so 13 years I think it is now, so...
Interestingly, Giles is just changing his head guard. You two guys, you need to, well, I'm just talking a minute, you need to decide have a good think about who the best boxer is, the most gallant and the best bout, so...
Okay.
Of course, this one might qualify, but if you can give your thoughts to it. The committee meeting's going on behind me now, between Harry and Sean, as we come into the third and final round. Here we go then. Giles, 4-3 Para against Antonio Lester for the 82nd Airborne. Here live in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. We're glad you've been able to join us on Forces TV. I hope you're enjoying it. Worth staying up if you're in the UK. If you're watching elsewhere, well, whatever the time, I'm sure you've enjoyed it. Giles looking to seal it here. But Lester once again coming forward. Game effort from him. And Giles on that far side. Again, it's all very ragged at the moment. The referee, though, letting them get on with it. Big swings from both boxers that are really getting no place. Atmosphere just, I was going to say died a little bit. That's hardly the case, but just dropped slightly as we come to the end of this. Was good right hand got through by Giles, but then they both stumble. It's a little bit of a clash of styles here, I fancy, as we come to the end of round number 3. Again, Lester looking to unload some shots, and the three Para boys looking for a big finish. So the guys, I think, have made their decision, but we'll watch the closing stages of this contest as Giles, again, held on by Lester, just been ragged all the way through, but probably by virtue of...
I think it's a bit of a clash of styles here.
Yeah.
Awkward southpaw against
exactly.
Sort of a wild bomber.
So a big round of applause for both boxers. Giles, you fancy the winner of that. Lester put in a great effort indeed for the 82nd. There he is.
Yeah, fair play to him. I think he took a big shot at the start of the first, or towards the end of the first, shall I say. And yeah, he was game to the end, and he was still trying to win. And so yeah, full credit. He showed a lot of bottle.
Yeah, he certainly did. Nice guy as well, and I'm sure he can go on to bigger and better things. Let's hope again, let's hope anybody who lost their bout tonight, Sean, let's hope that they're not discouraged, because they've no reason to be, have they?
All of them did great. I mean, especially, I mean, they've had a lot of our guys have only been training for 6 weeks or so. Lester himself, he actually walked on to tryouts, and he got selected out of the guys that went to tryouts. So with very little boxing experience, I think he did great. All of our boxers have done great, and
yeah, they certainly have. So here we go.
By a unanimous decision, blue.
So Liam Giles wins to make it another victory for 3 para, and they win the trophy. By 4 bouts to 1, but that really doesn't tell the story of just how close it all was. Another presentation in the ring. Antonio Lester getting his medal. I refuse to call it a loser's medal, because nobody's a loser in there.
And I mean, when you think about it, it was a friendly competition between the two armies there. But I mean, you could throw these guys together tomorrow, throw them on an aircraft, they'll jump out, and they'll jump into any foreign country together, fight together, and defeat our enemy.
Yeah, absolutely.
A round of applause for all of our boxers.
In case I don't get an opportunity later, I'd just like to thank both of you guys, actually. Master Sergeant Sean McCracken of the 82nd Airborne and Private Harry Bambridge from B Company 3 Para. Thank you very much indeed for helping out with the commentary. It's been great.
Oh, yeah, it was my pleasure. Obviously, it's the first time I've ever actually had to do this, but it was an interesting experience.
Well, it's his first time as well, so you both did great. I'll give you both a job next week.
Outstanding fighter goes to Private Lewis Curley. The award award for the most gallant boxer goes to Private Matthew Sheridan. The award for the fight of the night goes to Rivas versus Swarbrick. And the overall winner and the recipient of the Sicily Cup is the boys from 3 Para Blue.
All of us this evening got to witness skill, determination, absolutely hard work, and grit right here in the ring. And that's what represents the paratrooper, both 82nd and 3rd Para and UK parachute around the world. And what we appreciate is, at the end of 6 weeks, that we end with this type of skill and determination that we get to all observe. And the phenomenal job that 3rd Para did during the last 7 weeks in the integration, specifically with the Falcon Brigade and all the things that took place to make the CJOAX was absolutely phenomenal. But these fighters just represent the tip of the spear and represent what is great about our two countries, and the UK is our absolute tightest and greatest allies. So for the Paras, as you prepare to head back across the pond, thank you for what you've done here. Thanks for a great fight tonight. The skill and determination that your fighters represented, all of you, extremely well. Let's give all the boxers a final round of applause.